In this video, I want to talk a little bit about helping children to manage worries. This is a worrying time for all of us. We're all having to get used to some pretty big changes in our lives and probably feel quite a lot of uncertainty about what the future's going to look like. Now, if you have young children at home with you, they may be particularly struggling to understand why there are so many changes to their daily lives. They might be aware of this sense of uncertainty, and they may also be aware that the adults around them are feeling anxious and stressed. They may also be wondering if and when they're going to see family members again, their friends, their school teachers, and these kind of worries can all be quite difficult to cope with. And worry can present itself differently in children. They often don't have the words to explain how they're feeling, and they also haven't yet developed the range of coping skills that we as adults have often learnt throughout the years. So worries can present themselves in different ways. We might see changes in our children's behaviour and their habits. For example, they might have nightmares, might have difficulty sleeping, they might struggle to separate from you, they might have tantrums or be irritable and angry, they might test boundaries and limits, they may have unexplained body pains or headaches. And while it's normal to have worries, and we all experience them from time to time, they can become a problem if they're making you feel unhappy or stopping you from enjoying other parts of your life. So there are many things that we can do to help our children to manage their worries. Ultimately, children rely on the adults around them to be in charge, to be in control of the world around them, and to keep them safe. And so the most important thing that we can do is to really look after our own mental health, to make sure that we're practicing really good self-care. You can't pour from an empty cup. So to be able to support our children, we really need to be looking after ourselves, being kind to ourselves, like I said, practicing good self-care and getting any support that you might need to stay well. So that when we model good self-care and can respond to challenges calmly and confidently, then that gives our children the confidence that they can feel safe and supported to do the same. So some of the ways to support children are really to be their safe space. So focusing on emotional connection and a sense of safety. So offering lots of reassurance, lots of verbal reassurance, lots of physical comfort, predictable routines like bedtime rituals and habits are really important, but also perhaps limiting some of the expectations to achieve particular tasks each day, and balancing the time, making sure that you include time for fun and relaxation, playing games, going for walks, reading stories together. So spend as much focused time as you can with your child, providing opportunities for honest conversations, so listening to them, following their lead, answering any questions they've got honestly is really important. Children can also find it really hard to express themselves with words, and so they naturally communicate through creative activity and through play. These are really important things for children to have the time to do. It's how they process their feelings and experiences, they problem solve and really make sense of the world around them. So spending as much time as you can playing with your child, creating with your child is a great way to build connection, and to show your understanding of how they're feeling. A name it to tame it approach is also really helpful here. So being curious with your child about how they're feeling, helping them to understand their feelings, how these feelings affect their bodies, and then also giving them words to explain and describe their feelings. It's really important in helping to soothe their worry and to help them to gain some mastery over them. Um, Other things that help include normalising feelings, reminding them that all feelings come and go and that everyone has worries from time to time. Focusing on their strengths, reminding them perhaps of a time when they've been able to overcome challenges, reminding them how capable they are of overcoming challenges and facing their fears, reminding them how brave they've been in achieving this in the past can be really important. You may also be able to help your child to focus on things that they can control and let go of things that they can't control. And that's especially true of worries they may have that are really not for them to carry, worries that perhaps should really be left to adults to take care of. It can also help to encourage children to spend less time and energy on worry. So you perhaps might have a worry jar or a box where they can write down their worries and put them away and leave them there for the day perhaps, and to agree on a specific time of the day where you'll get them out, look at them and talk about them together. So that you're really working together on helping them find their own kind of coping skills and coping mechanisms to deal with worry.